it to be over.
There we go. So I'm so excited, Carrie. We are live, and I'm with Carrie Latchman. And, you know, Carrie, I come from a family business, but a 4-generation family business is like something. I mean, you are sitting behind your historic wall. I mean, to be in a 4-generational family business, Latchman Company,
It's
100 and
it's Lock.
Lockman, sorry,
Yeah.
Lock. I did that. It's like saying Lasser, Lockman Company.
Right, Lasser.
I'm not even from here. 127 years ago, your great-grandfather started this business. And what I love is that you now, female power, are in charge. So I'm so excited that, you know, you and I have known each other for a while in so many different circles, but it's really fun for me to be able to talk to you today because I think that we met so long ago because I needed some really cool award. And I think that people just think, oh, I'll go, you know, like this through the internet pages. Yeah. So I wanted to start with this open-end question that says, Carrie, explain your business.
Oh, okay. Well, we are an awards company. We specialize in custom design. It doesn't necessarily mean everything is custom, but for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. We just got a call the other day. There's a big corporate meeting in Florida. Somebody wants to take a very large trophy down there to present to the winner, you know, sponsored by so-and-so. And they need a large, beautiful silver cup in 2 days. Okay, so we have that, but it's not quite big enough for what they want. So we are actually we're building it up and making a custom base and engraving on the base and getting the logos on there and so on. That's our specialty. You know, the trophy as it is isn't quite grand enough. So we have our own shop here. We can add on, we can take away, we can change. And that's really where people, you know that it's been designed for them.
And I think that's what's really important when they come to you. It isn't twirling those pages of the internet. And we're going to talk about your new website, and we're going to talk about the fact that people can find you on the internet, because that's important in a new component of, you know, being able to do things globally. But the fact is that outside of the doors of your beautiful office is, you know, a design showroom where people can walk around and see beautiful custom made pieces, or, you know, the golf trophies, the tennis, the school trophies and things like that. But you have the design of being able to manufacture.
Correct. We're both.
Which is both.
And we're manufacturing. Which has been a difficult time putting us in a slot. You know, are you a manufacturer? Are you a retailer? Well, we're both.
Right.
We do both. So
who's your what's an ideal customer for you?
Well, we do a lot of corporate work. And we have a lot of recurring business because people have used us for years and they love our work, and we pride ourselves on creating the highest quality piece in every price point. So I'm not the company to do, you know, a little junky plastic trophy. I just tell people, look, you know, take someone out to lunch. Don't give them a piece of junk. They're not going to appreciate it. They're not going to keep it out. It's almost an embarrassment. So, you know, even in the lower price points, I still want something that looks quality. And so we search out all of the suppliers and pieces, and some of the pieces we make ourselves, of every price point that's really going to be impressive to people. So that's why we get these recurring corporate people, because they know whatever we choose in whatever price point, they're going to love it. And they just, you know, next year, okay, let's do it again.
And I think that's so important. It's true, because I mean, I think about, you know, when people have things in their offices, and that's where people are spending so much time. And I look around my office, you know, I actually have the piece that you did. I have one of those, I should pull it down. I have one of those sculptures. And it's really a sculpture. It's an award, but it became a sculpture where you want to put it out. I mean, that's the whole thing behind corporate giving or an award. It's that you don't want someone to put it away at it, you know, you want it in their office out.
I always tell people I'm in the ego business, because that's exactly what you just said. When you look at that award, you feel proud of yourself. And that's really what it's all about. You know, it's about making people feel good. And
that's very true. Yeah. How has your business, well, let's talk about two things. How has your business changed in 4 generations, which you can't begin to talk about, but really, how have you changed it as a woman in business? What have you done?
We originally, my great-grandfather came from Lithuania, I think in 1888, opened up a watchmaking shop on Michigan Avenue, which is one of my pictures over here, you can see. There's a picture of our old store on Michigan Avenue at Junction with a wood sidewalk and a dirt road. And we think that picture's from about 1898.
How fabulous.
When was Michigan Avenue a dirt road? You know?
Yeah. Oh my God. How fantastic. Okay, so we know the business has changed since then.
Yeah. In the probably 1920s, when my grandfather took it over, became a full-fledged jewelry store. And my father, who was going to be an ophthalmologist, came back to Detroit because his father, my grandfather, died on the operating table at age 52. My father was, I think, 21 or 2. And he came back to help my grandmother run the store. She needed. And this was in 1936, I think. Yeah, 1936. It was Middle Depression.
Yeah.
My grandparents had made all kinds of arrangements to keep the store going. They moved upstairs. They lost an apartment building they owned. You know, they were keeping their son in medical school. But then when my grandfather passed away, he came back and helped my grandmother run the jewelry store. And he was a jeweler. I mean, he was also an optometrist at the time. Those kind of careers went hand in hand.
They did. They really did. Yeah.
He had the optometry office downstairs, and he had the jewelry store upstairs, and he would run up and down. And this was all on Michigan Avenue. We were there for 98 years in the same building. Unbelievable. A lot of ghosts in that building, I'll tell you.
Oh my God, how fantastic. What an amazing history. Now you're in your current building in
1991.
1991, okay.
In Southfield on Telegraph.
So you've been going into your 30th year.
Oh, jeez.
I know that because I got married in my anniversary was yesterday, and I was married in 1991. So there you go. It's the only way. I don't do math.
Right. I don't want to do math. Not that kind of math.
But I know. But the thing is that I know you've been there a long time, and I think it talks to how you do business and the loyalty of, you know, to be on Michigan Avenue for 98 years and to be where I knew you had been in your current location a long time. I mean, I think this all speaks to the loyalty people have to you, you have to your customers, how you do and conduct business.
Yeah.
When did it kind of transition from jewelry to, you know, a little bit more of what it is today?
In the late 50s, my father was he was bringing in giftware, clocks, beautiful clocks. He was even, I always say he was the first blockbuster in the country, because he had cameras that you could rent and take home and play movies at home.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Rental company for movies. And, you know, he was kind of branching out into different areas because, you know, people buy a watch. They don't buy watches every day. So he was trying to kind of move things around. And a gentleman came in, picked up a beautiful Longines clock, which was a pretty nice, expensive clock. And he was the head of a corporation. And, you know, my father probably sold a half a dozen of those a year. And this man says, I'll take 100 of these. And he sent them out as corporate gifts at Christmas time. Wow. So the whole business shifted into corporate gifts.
Isn't that interesting? Like I mean, that just tells you, and it tells you a little bit about the foresight that this man had, because I would imagine that not too many people were doing that, but that your father went light bulb.
Yeah.
Like
he started traveling to Europe. He had a brother who lived in Sweden. He was importing Aurifors crystal, I think probably one of the first people in state. He was importing all kinds of beautiful giftware from all over Europe that nobody had ever seen before in the 60s.
Well, and it's
in Germany, by the way.
It's interesting that you say that, because one of the things that you notice when you first walk in your showroom, and I definitely encourage people, you can't, if you want to give something to someone and you're able, especially locally, and people will see this not locally, so that's the nice thing about the internet. But if you are local, you go to Telegraph, almost to 8 Mile, just and you walk in, get buzzed into Carrie's into the building, and it's this glorious showroom and unique. It isn't the golf trophy. I mean, the golf trophy is there, but it's unique. It's every piece. You're right. Every piece is unique, but the crystal and the silver. I mean, it's just
it's different. People walk in. Like, I've never been in a place like this.
Yeah.
It's different than your average trophy.
You sort of like go like this. You look around, and there's sort of just like, oh wait, I thought I wanted something, but no, I'll take that, or maybe I want that, you know. And you sort of think, oh, I'm just gonna get that little golf guy, or I'm just gonna get that little tennis guy. I'm like, no.
There's so much more.
Right. It's like, sorry, you're gonna have to use your imagination on this one.
Yeah. So we kind of, after the 50s, after the IRS kind of killed the corporate gift business because they put a limit on the dollar amount of gifts, that's when we moved into awards. I joined my father in 1982 after college and kind of shifted it into more crystal and glass because that's where the trend was going anyway.
Right.
And
what do you know, you and I have talked over the years about marketing and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about, I mean, is this a business that you see, is it a family type business nationally or more? I mean, we see a lot of things on the internet where you're like, how do you trust it? But like here, you're a family-based business, a woman-owned, well, family-based, but women-run now. I mean.
Right. I think that speaks volumes, right?
Yeah.
If somebody gets on our website from across the country and doesn't know us and sees that we've been in business for 128 years, you know, oh, they must be trustworthy. You know, people don't hang around that long if they're not trustworthy.
Right. I feel that way. And one of the things that you've done recently is, I mean, you always had a website. I mean, not always, but you know, you've had a website. You've recreated your website to make it that, and this is just a sign of age and times that you always have to keep up with these marketing tools, but you've really created a website now where globally people can shop you.
We've really created a shopping cart.
Yeah.
It was so difficult for us because so much of our work is custom. And we just finally found a way to just kind of, you know, lump all these products into a group and say, okay, here's the price. You know, there's really no other way to do it. And it was a very frustrating issue for many years. But technology's come along too, in the way we engrave things so that we could do it that way.
Right. And I think that one of the things that's really important though is when people use your company, whether they're online or not, they get real people when they call, and they can look, you know, I've always said about your website is it's also a great guide. It's a great guide to, I like this, now I'm going to phone.
Yeah.
And
well, that's the next step usually.
And we know that about your company. And that's one of the reasons I say it doesn't matter if you're in Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, or Europe, calling you versus some of these other 1-800 I need a trophy.
Right.
And it's because, you know, as we know, 1-800 I need a trophy, I'm not getting anyone but a customer service person who's going to be, yeah, like that font's fine.
Right, right.
No,
our goal is to please the customer. And, you know, sometimes people, I mean, I just finished a big bronze plaque for a customer, really large, gorgeous bronze plaque for an outdoor area. And we must have made the proof with the image of the person 10 times in order to get it right. You know, this was a very particular, you know, customer. They were very specific about the whiteness of the eyes, the whiteness of the teeth. They wanted what they wanted, and we didn't stop until they were happy. And every other company I've talked to, oh, well, after one proof, you got to pay for more.
Right.
You know, more proofs. It charge, you know, they charge every time for a new proof, and that's not gonna fly. You know, people want what they want, and we want to make sure that they're happy with the final product, and so they come back. You know,
and I think that
really go that far with 10 proofs, but if it does, you know, we don't want to give them something they don't want.
I mean, you can't. You know, I always say it's not the way you want to always do business. You want to be able to make someone happy. You know, sort of one proof, two proofs. Right. But the truth of the matter is that there are particular times where you need to go that extra step. And, you know, if you're utilizing a company, and I say you're local, but what that means to me is that you're family-based, you're locally in your mind of being able to help whoever you're helping. It doesn't matter if they're in Europe. It doesn't matter if where they are. It's actually your loyalty to who you're helping. And that's always what I mean by community-based or locally based. And I think that's, you know, one of the reasons I myself am someone who has used you, which is why I was excited to talk to you. I know how much you care about your customers. You and I were talking offline. I have a basket of plaques here, and it's funny that you talk about their picture. Some of them are pictures where you have to take a picture of someone and get it on a plaque. And you know, often these are pictures of people who have passed away, or they need to be engraved in a moment of time. And so you have family members who are, you know, particular about it.
Especially when people have passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. And that was another project we did for a family. They lost their son, you know, a 21-year-old, beautiful kid. I mean, it was just tragic. And, you know, you develop a relationship with these people in many cases. When something like that comes up, you want to make it perfect because you know how important this is to that family. And, you know, when they came in, the mother and the sister, they just got hysterical. You know, when they saw this beautiful bronze plaque with their, you know, with the son's picture on it. Yeah. You know, you can't help but connect with people when something like that happens, you know? So.
Well, I really encourage people to, you know, take a moment to really learn about your business, because it just isn't go get your trophies. I mean, yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah. Sometimes it's, you know, you want the perfect sports trophy, or you want the perfect gift to give to a coach, you know, the perfect time of year is coming up right now. One of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is we're all working from home, but it's important this holiday time for corporate businesses to remember people at home, their corporate giving. You know, what do you want to put on their home desks? What do you want to put on your, you know, these desks of your business associates that says, I'm working from home, but I'm thinking of you. And
we still value you.
Yeah, we do value you. You're sitting in a box in Zoom and
yeah. I mean, everybody needs to feel valued, and no matter where they are in their life. And that's kind of what we do with our product.
So tell everybody your website that they can go visit.
It's www.4-awards.com, and that's a number 4-awards with an S.com. 4-awards.
And I encourage everybody to go take a look, learn about Carrie Lachman and company. And I think like anybody who can say they've been in business for 127 and growing years, yeah. I mean, what a blessed family. I know, you're trying to pull in your own sons right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
They have their own dreams, but you never know.
No.
I know you've pulled them in some ways, so that's always a good one.
That's true.
But I thank you so much. You are just an amazing woman in business. And I'm so glad we got to talk today, but I want people to really take a look at the exquisite things that they can do in corporate gifts, corporate awards. Yeah, and
I've had people come in for personal gifts. I've had people come in. We etch a beautiful piece of crystal for a wedding gift or a bar mitzvah gift. So it's not just corporate. It could be for any sport, anything.
I love that. And that's like kind of important. Here's the thing, like you often get like what's unique, and there's all these weddings not happening right now. And as we know, so, think out of the box, like what's a unique wedding gift, right now that sort of marks this time for people. So I always like when people are thinking a little bit out of the box. So again, the website,
www.4-awards.com.
I want people to go there. You worked really hard on that website.
It was a big project. I'm so glad.
That was not fun for you. I know all those pictures and everything, but well worth it.
Yeah, we'll be continuously updating. Now that we have the basics, we'll keep it going.
You just had to get that. You just had to get that going. I know. Bad homework assignment, but the homework assignment is over.
Yeah.
Carrie, thanks so much for spending time today.
I really appreciate it.
Have a great day, and we'll see one another soon because I've got things I need.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.